So we know that we need to get sufficient protein in our diet in order to support the building and repair of proteins within our body. And it's perhaps of no surprise that different dietary proteins vary in terms of their quality and nutritional profile. So we need to understand how we can measure protein quality. The measurement of protein quality looks at the amino acid profile of a protein, but also the bioavailability of it once it's consumed and digested. So two of the most common methods in order to assess protein quality include the PDCAAS method and the DIAAS method. And there's some key differences between these methods. And we'll talk through these now and look at why the DIAAS method is probably the better method used to assess protein quality. So the PDCAAS method has a scoring system which goes up to 1. And so the highest possible score that a protein can get is 1, whereas the DIAAS score is not capped. The PDCAAS method takes samples at the endpoint of digestion, so from fecal matter, whereas the DIAAS method takes samples in the ileum, so it's probably a better representation of true digestion within the body. So for example, if we look at the PDCAAS values of a whey protein compared to nuts, okay, whey has a score of 1, whereas nuts would have a score of 0.5. So when we're looking at these two foods, there's a clear differentiation. However, if we were to look at soy protein isolate and whey protein isolate using the two different methods, using the PDCAAS method, both are going to score 1 or very close to 1. So the PDCAAS method is not going to differentiate protein quality in soy versus whey. If we were to use the DIAAS method looking at this, whey jumps up to about 1.09 and soy drops to about 0.9. So you can see that the DIAAS method is better at differentiating protein qualities, particularly at the upper end of that range when we're looking at closer to 1. So as we can see, the DIAAS method, probably a better method for measuring protein quality. And then when we look at the NiPro products, it scores a 116 on the DIAAS method, which is very high quality protein and actually exceeds whey when we're using that method.